But don't look in your rearview mirror, here comes number 8. He's a rocker and a roller, and he shows us how to shut him down. I guess he runs independent until my dad is back in town. Yeah, I guess he runs independent until my dad is back in town. Bad boy, stand on it, son.
And welcome to the Nasboys podcast. Now, did you know that the first president of the United States, George Washington, once ate lunch and rested in a house that once served as the Speedway's current offices? But anyways, guys, welcome to the Nasboys podcast. I'm your host, Mike, aka Mike Bobfam 101, with my co-hosts and good friends, Christian, aka Savage NASCAR.
What's up, y'all?
Cam, aka I Spy Cam.
Howdy, y'all.
And Josiah, aka Josiah _ Calhoun.
Howdy, y'all.
All right. So let's get down to our podcast business here. We're going to talk about the weekend at Circuit of the Americas. Overall, I would say it's a pretty interesting weekend. We're going to start off with the truck race, which was kind of rainy and won by Todd Gilliland. What did you guys think of the race?
I thought it was pretty good. I didn't really get to watch much of the Xfinity or the truck race this weekend, but I'm so happy that they went to Circuit of Americas. Like, I've been wanting them to go there for years, and when they announced on the schedule a while back ago, I was like, yes, they're finally going here. And I know some people were probably thinking it was going to be boring. There wasn't going to be a lot of action, but I thought there was there's plenty of action in the truck race for sure. There wasn't like a lot of wrecks like Cup one, but it was a pretty interesting race. If I'm correct, the guy picked the win, finished second yet again, which doesn't surprise me because that's been the case for most of the races this year when it comes to predictions. But I thought the race was solid. I have to give that race like maybe a 6.5 out of 10. It wasn't a great race, but it was a good race.
I'm on Savage's level here. I didn't watch much of it, but I thought that could have surprised me. Actually, I was one of those people that thought it was going to be pretty boring. Which I say that's my fault. I thought it just wouldn't be as good of a track as people would think it was, but clearly I was wrong because, it proved me wrong. So I'm probably going to go with Savage here, give it like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I also didn't watch much of the the trucker Xfinity race, but yeah, I thought from what I saw, both of them were pretty decent races. Yeah, I think I'd agree with the 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta agree with all you guys, except for the fact that I didn't really watch much of it. I mean, I would say most of it. I thought it was pretty solid with the battles in the pack. Like, I really like how they go like 5, 6 wide in the straightaways. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Overall, I think that Circuit of the Americas is a great track, and that was definitely a great first impression for me because I don't really watch F1 that much. So that was really the first race that I watched of it, and it definitely impressed me. I hope that NASCAR comes back there. I'll give the race a 6 out of 10 as well, but I did like it. So
I would also like to say real quick that seeing the race, it's kind of cool because we also got to see it on rain, which is pretty neat too. So
yeah,
definitely a good debuting of the track.
But the difference with that is that I feel like the truck race had the right amount of rain, which we'll get to in just a second with the Cup race.
True.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting to see the trucks on rain. So here's what you guys thought of it. 2 of you said great. 6 of you said good. None of you said meh/okay, and none of you said bad. Henry 24257 says there were teammates door slamming each other for the win and an exciting finish at Coda. That was a great finish. I was not expecting Todd Gilliland to win that. I thought it was either going to be Growler or Creed. And then the driver of the day is a tie between Gilliland and Kaz Gralla. I'm gonna go for my pick for driver of the day. I'll go Kaz Gralla. He won. I think he won the first stage. Did he win the first stage?
I don't know if he did or not. I know he led some laps. I picked him to win. If I'm correct, he finished second.
Yeah, he did really well. So I'm gonna give it to Kaz Gralla.
I'm gonna give it to Cash Ground too.
Actually,
Josiah.
Oh
Joe,
yeah. I'll go Casgrola also.
All right. So now let's talk about the Xfinity race. I thought it was very similar to the truck race, except it was a little more dry. If I'm correct, yeah, it was a little more dry. We saw similar racing. What did you guys think of it?
To be honest, it was good, but I think that the truck race was definitely better, which is why I would probably give it a 5 out of 10. I still think it was good racing. I just thought the truck race was better in my opinion. Really, the truck race has been the trucks in general. My bad. The trucks in general have been showing up, impressing me lately. I think they're more fun to watch than Xfinity. So, and sometimes even Cup.
I didn't really watch the Xfinity race, as y'all said, but I thought it was okay. It wasn't, as Cam just said, it wasn't as good as the truck race. Kyle Busch winning doesn't surprise me. I mean, some people picked him to win. I'm sure a good bit of people did. I picked Kevin Harvick to win the Cup race, but I'm trying to remember who I picked to win the Xfinity race. I think I picked Cindric. I know he led a good bit of that Xfinity race, but he ended up finishing a little bit later because he had some problems on when it came to the pit strategy, fuel strategy, which that race pretty much was. It came down to fuel pit strategy. There wasn't really a whole lot of cautions in that race. So, the margin of victory was much bigger than the truck race. But, it was an race for me.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say, Christian, I like your shirt, but also I thought the Xfinity race, I thought it was pretty good. Of course, I didn't watch that much of it, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty good race. I wasn't even really that surprised that Kyle Busch won, but yeah, I think it was just a pretty good race.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I thought it was kind of similar to the truck race. Maybe the truck race was a little better. There was still good racing, but one flaw that I kind of had with Coda was that, like Kyle Busch, for example, like he got out to such a big lead so quickly, and that didn't really make it that interesting for like battles for the lead. Unlike the truck race with that awesome finish at the end. But it was still an all right race, even though I was a little disappointed that Kyle won and dominated it. But that's okay, I guess. I'll also give the race a 5.
I will say I think that at road courses there shouldn't be. Why can I think of it now? What's the word?
I didn't hear what you said. I think it cut out for me.
Did I cut out? I was gonna say, I was talking about how, at the end of, the inning, they go pit. I can't think of the word right now. I'm being so dumbfounded. Stages. Oh my gosh. Stages. I think they don't need stages. I think they shouldn't have those.
Okay, this is a good topic. I think that they should have stages, but no caution, and if they want to pit, it should be under green. Because I like that it does reward the drivers and it does give more points, but it just, I don't know why. I just don't like that there's cautions. It's kind of boring to me, and I like it where they just go out there and just continue to race like we saw for so many years.
Yeah.
Like if you had maybe a halfway bonus, that would work. Just one stage and then just a halfway bonus, that would be much better than what we have now with the stage racing. So let's take a look at what you guys had to say about the Xfinity race. None of you said great. 6 of you said good. 5 of you said meh/okay, and 1 of you said bad. Henry 24257 says it was mostly the Kyle Busch show, and Christian just says Kyle Busch won.
Yeah, I put that in there because like I was like I just put that in there because for some reason with my schedule changing and stuff, I hate to go off topic, but honestly didn't know if I was going to make it on today, so I was kind of running a little bit late, so my apologies again. But I've just put that in there because I look at the stories too. I'm part of the podcast, but I look at all the stories and I occasionally just put some in the question stickers as well. Like it was a couple weeks ago, I put when it was the Darlington race, I put whenever you said, what do you think about the race? I said, Eric Almirola got wrecked, so I'm mad or something like that. But yeah.
I remember that. The driver of the day is a tie between Daniel Hemrick and Kyle Busch. I'm going to go Kyle Busch. I mean, he just dominated, put on a clinic.
I'm going to go with him too. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that I also go with Kyle Busch for sure.
Yeah, I was just saying I agree with you on Kyle Busch. Yeah.
I would say Kyle Busch, but Cindric would be second because Cindric led a good bit of that race as well. But Busch is unanimous decision here.
And then next up, we got the Cup race.
Fest in the rain.
That was I'm going to be honest, that was a fun race, but I'm also going to be honest with this. It was one of the most controversial races I've watched. We saw a lot of dangerous stuff going on. We'll get to that in just a second. What did you guys think?
Y'all can go first on this because I was going to pull up a fact. I was going to pull up a fact on my computer. I forgot what I was going to say, but you can go ahead.
Oh, okay. So my personal opinion on it is that, like, first of all, very controversial. Probably one of the more controversial races I've seen in my lifetime. Being the NASCAR fan I have been, and also will say like the race was interesting for sure, but like the wrecks were scary, which is kind of like a downfall to me. It's a little bit of a downgrade because I don't like scary wrecks, and I thought we saw a couple of those today. I mean, I know we had to have the red flag out, so yeah, it's my personal opinion on it. I thought it was good though. I did think it was a good race.
Okay, so first of all, do you want to go?
No, I didn't mean to say anything.
Oh, okay. But first of all, I want to say that I don't want to hear any of you saying that like Chase Elliott got this win handed to him, because I don't think that he got this win handed to him. I just want to say that, but yeah, I thought this race was a really fun race to watch. I actually really enjoyed it. Besides the danger part of it, of course, you can hear Kevin Harvick in his interview talking about how it's the most dangerous he's felt in a race car in his Cup career. So
we don't have any business being out in the rain, period. So, all I can say is this is the worst decision that we've ever made in our sport that I've been a part of, and I've never felt more unsafe in my whole racing career, period.
I don't really know how I feel about him saying that, but yeah, it was pretty well said. But yeah, this definitely was a really good race. There was a lot of water everywhere, obviously, but so I think they should have maybe called the race a little earlier like they did, but yeah, that's just my opinion. But overall, this was definitely an interesting one.
Yeah, like honestly, I think I would have been happy if they cut it because of rain, because it was a lot. I mean, it was a lot of rain, and the fact that they let it go kind of like surprised me a little bit, because I think it was different. I was like, man, they're risky.
Yeah. For me, I tried to pull up a certain stat, but I couldn't find it. But if I'm correct, it was the first NASCAR Cup Series race that they ran in the rain since 1994. But that's going off the top of my head. I couldn't figure out which year it was, but I remember Mark Martin won that race and it was at Watkins Glen. But regardless, I thought that it was a pretty good race. There was the controversy with all the rain, how much the cars would be able to handle that. But I didn't see any problem with what happened Sunday because the drivers get to choose whether they get in that car or not, and the cars are much safer, as we've mentioned before in other episodes, much safer than they used to be. So I did not agree with Kevin Harvick's interview where he said it was like he was pretty upset about how dangerous it was and all that when he never really got into a bad wreck. All he did was get power drove. But Cole Custer had no brakes. He ran, or I should say, if I'm correct, Truex Jr. Didn't have brakes. One of them too, because they
Cole
hit
Custer
each other
ran into
pretty
him.
hard. Yeah, that's supposed to. Yeah, Custer didn't have any brakes and he ran into Truex. But there was multiple wrecks in that race. It was really cool to see them run in the rain because it's been a long time since we've seen that happen in the Cup Series. Like I mentioned, it's happened in the Xfinity Series a couple times recently. Back in the Rebel last year, we saw it happen in 2018 at Watkins Glen. We've seen it happen at Mid Ohio before, but it's something new for the Cup drivers. So it's always fun to see them try something new, and especially on a new track. I thought it looked really cool. I thought the broadcast was pretty well too, except for them missing one of the wrecks. They didn't get that on camera, but altogether, I thought it was a great weekend. I thought it was a big success. So, I know the controversy about Chase Elliott winning. I get why they did that, but at the same time, the rain had been going on throughout the entire race. Why did he stop it? With 14 to go too, and I could see why people were upset that Chase was handed the win because of that. But he drove a great race and he's great at road courses, so I felt like he deserved that win. And it's unfortunate for Larson to get second yet again, because he's been second so many times this year. But very happy to see Team Hendrick get another win. They're tied with Richard Petty Motorsports for most all time. So all thumbs up for me.
Just to come in real quick, because Savage brought it up, the whole Chase Elliott thing. I do truly think that that's unfair to other drivers. There was like 14 to go, and it's been raining for not the whole race, but most of it, or at least a good portion of it. It was raining, so then they cut it off. Then kind of made me mad because they were already driving in that same condition for a good amount of laps. So the fact they just cut it then, even though everything was mainly doing okay, that kind of made me mad. I wish NASCAR as a whole would have just stopped the race sooner instead of doing this and now screening drivers out of potential to win. You know what I mean? It was just dumb.
Yeah. I understand your point. I agree with all your points. First off, I thought the race was very, very good. I thought it was one of the best races of the year, along with Talladega and the Clash. And Talladega and the Clash. I thought that racing in the rain was very good, but the problem was there was just so much rain. Like I expect spray because obviously it's raining and they're driving, but I thought it was just too much spray. I thought that they should have just stopped it when Truex or Wallace got pile driven in, or Harvick, excuse me, got pile driven into, because that is definitely dangerous. But luckily, these cars are so safe, and we're so thankful to have these great cars that are able to keep these guys alive and not get as many injuries as there were back in the day. So that part was definitely a success. But as to Elliott getting the win handed to him, I both agree and disagree with that, because I agree with that because, like I said, they should have just postponed the race. I would have been definitely happy if they just postponed the race to Monday. Like I said, there's just so much rain on the track. People couldn't see. And while we're at it, what was going on? Nobody could see where I could see some flashers were turning on, but I don't know. I think they need to do a better job with, lighting up the cars a little better, whether they have LED lights like they did in the All-Star race, or they put brake lights of all things on the cars, because no one could see. I don't blame any of those guys for not realizing that they were checking up. So It's dumb, but I could see where they could not notice that they're checking up.
Well, and like that's the point too, is that like you couldn't even see a lot at one point, which
Right.
I think really that's when you should call it.
I
You
agree.
know what I mean? Like that's when you should just like be like, hey, let's postpone it, because there was still time to postpone it. I think, so
I agree.
the fact that they didn't kind of just made me mad. I think there's definitely a little controversial thing going on, which I'm not gonna get too much into, but Chase is definitely handed that win.
I mean, we could have seen Truex flip over. They definitely should have called it, at least with that, and Harvick too.
Well, we saw Kyle Busch yesterday in the rain was very strong. Then he went and ran the Xfinity race, won that. Now he's coming to the front here in third position. Ryan Blaney with heavy damage, right rear down.
Now the sky is brightening and the rain is letting up. This could change everything.
Well, now this was going into turn 12. I wouldn't be surprised if this is similar to what we saw with Matt DiBenedetto, and that's probably where the damage came, the 20 of Christopher Bell. I wouldn't be
You're going to see
surprised.
a full course caution here.
I wouldn't be surprised if somehow he locked up and got into the back of the 12 of Ryan Blaney.
Third caution of the day for Christopher Bell, who is out of his Joe Gibbs Toyota. And
Bubba Wallace also
Wallace.
involved.
So this could have been a 3-car jam session, all in the same place.
And Kevin Harvick.
We've had heavy damage to Harvick.
My goodness. I mean, he's got front and rear damage. That car is torn
Been
up.
a long time since you've seen that 4-car tore up.
Left rear's down. He's just trying to hop back, get to the pit road in one piece.
So let's start with what happened to Harvick.
They're down the back straightaway. See Eric Jones is inside. No visibility here. Starting to slow down, getting in the corner.
No, we're not even to the corner. He lifted because of that.
Yeah, you know what happened? He let off early because he didn't know where the braking zone was, had no visibility.
See, and somebody ran
in
over
the
him.
back of him.
Absolutely. Wow.
Now, Ryan Blaney.
Okay, so Blaney goes wide here, goes off.
He's
he
already tore
had
up.
the
Yeah, he was
damage.
part of that.
Wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
I'm going to tell you, it's all connected some way. I think Kevin Harvick lifted out of visibility.
Same situation. Wow.
And right under him. Oh, and into the wall. Goes the 40. Oh, my gosh.
Cole Custer, nowhere to go there. Big fire. He had a big impact. Luckily, seeing him get out of the race car right now, because that was a big impact to that inside barrier.
The AMR safety crew is there right away, but he just submarined the 19 of Martin Truex there.
Yeah, I bet we're going to go back and see a very similar situation with Martin Truex Jr. and the visibility down that back straightaway. I think once the field gets strung out, Mike, I think the visibility will improve. But on these restarts, when there's cars stacked around one another,
And that's a great point.
Look how far that rear end is shoved forward by Cole Custer's car.
I thought that 19 of Truex was going to go upside down there as hard as he got hit by Cole Custer. So already an issue, I believe, here, or maybe not.
His hood's still
not
up.
yet.
Oh, somebody
the
checked up
34,
right there.
McDowell
34, yep.
checks up. Truex gets into him, and he's slowing down, and here comes Cole Custer through to the inside, nowhere to go. Has no idea. Martin Truex Jr.'s had damage. Now that right, thank goodness there's a little bit of a safer barrier. Well, is that a
That's
safer
a foam barrier.
Yeah,
it's a foam wall.
barrier?
Yes.
Thank goodness that was there instead of just hitting that Armco barrier for Cole Custer.
We're going to ride with Martin Truex.
That are 3 and 4 wide on these restarts in particular. Massive hit right there. It's Cole Custer. Man, he almost got him on his lid.
And with the Harvick thing, where he said that he felt the most dangerous that he's ever felt in a race car, I understand where he's saying. I understand, like, kind of where he's coming from, because he's not used to driving in the rain, especially in a heavy stock car. But when you think about it, IndyCar does it, F1 does it, Xfinity and Cup driver or truck drivers did it earlier in the week. So if they can do it, and you guys are considered the best in the sport, you guys can do it too. So
Yeah, facts.
I both
I
agree and
don't get why
disagree.
you said that.
I mean, I both agree and disagree with him. I mean, he's run on Talladega before. He caused a huge wreck probably on purpose in 2015.
There you see some of the members from the 4 team, Kevin Harvick's team. That's crew chief Rodney Childers, competition director Greg Zipadelli. And the reason we're showing them, we have not heard from Kevin Harvick. Some drivers, including Denny Hamlin, Matt Kenseth, have both made accusations that Kevin Harvick possibly started that wreck on purpose to be able to hold his position on that second restart. Again, this is what Matt Kenseth and Denny Hamlin said.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's going to be an accusation. Is all it's going to be. Kevin Harvick's the only one who knows exactly what happened here. He knows his race car won't go, right. So he had tried to go. This was the first one here. So he gets up to the right, out of the way, lets everybody go because his car will not come up to speed. It won't run any faster than what they're going under caution. But he did move to the right on that first one, Kyle, and got out of the way. They still wrecked in front of him.
Yes.
So that wasn't any problem with that about what Kevin was doing there.
Yeah, this is the first one, and like you say, he moved out of the way. Now here he is on the second one, and he stays in line farther down the racetrack, and we see the 6 of Trevor Bayne, and right here is where the controversy comes in. Is Kevin trying to get out of the way? Does he not know that the 6 car is there? I don't know. He crosses the line. I think Kevin crosses the line going up the racetrack. We heard the entire Gibbs organization almost when we interviewed him say that was done on purpose because he couldn't afford to lose any spots to make this chase.
And I have no problem with him staying in line because he saw what could happen on the first one, and he was doing everything that he could. Stay in line. If they go around you, that's one thing. And so the deal's going to come, as Kyle's just pointing out, that it looked like his car did move to the right, but is he just once the one car started around the 6 car, that first one. So that's going to create a lot of issues, but again, it's accusations that Kevin's the only one that knows.
And I'm not calling Kevin out. Only the guy that sits in that car knows what went on. That's the way it is. We can talk about it all we want to, but only the guy that sits in that car. If something did go wrong, that's the guy that has to look at himself in the mirror.
So I don't know if that's really the most dangerous he's ever felt in a race car, but I understand where he's coming from, and it's almost similar to the Logano flip where you just don't know how to fix it. Put brake lights maybe. They should have just postponed the race.
It's the most dangerous thing I think he's been a part of while driving in the sport. Probably the 2012 big one where he got involved in that, sure flipped over. Or
got the 49 pushing him here.
4 deep behind Stewart and Kenseth. Yeah, Kevin Harvick's got some real help coming towards the front here. Michael Waltrip in the 55. Into the picture. Pushed by Casey Mears. Kenseth with Harvick behind him. Oh, there's contact. Stewart into the middle of the pack and over.
Fortune's out.
And a huge wreck to end this race. Matt Kenseth is going to get to the finish line first. Is everybody okay? And one of the championship drivers got through. Which ones didn't?
The one wreck at Talladega where Ryan Newman landed on his hood. But I think those would be the most dangerous things he's experienced in a Cup Series race.
Yeah, he's run it. Like I said, he's run at Talladega. He's run at Daytona. Those are the 2 most dangerous tracks. He can handle that. But I'm not in the car. Hey, one more thing. I'm not in the car driving, so I wouldn't know how he feels. I'm just saying my take.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I'm not going to judge him because at the end of the day, he is a NASCAR driver, which I'm not. I've never even driven, like in a car like that's that fast and that type of rain on a new track. So I could see how he could say it's scary. Like, yeah,
Plus you can't see.
Yeah, and like it's a newer track. Like, so I could understand what he means by it was scary in that way, because there was a good amount of wrecks, dude. Like that whole Truex one was a little scary. Not gonna lie. Like that one was definitely up there for like, ooh, that was not a good hit for sure. That definitely hurt.
Off topic, but I was a little stupid because I'm not the biggest fan of Martin. and all I saw was just his car like spun out because I was watching basketball as well, and I didn't realize he flipped over, and I felt like a jerk for that because I was cheering that he wrecked, but I didn't realize that he almost flipped over. So I'm glad that he's okay. And I'm going to switch up my wording a little bit on the Kevin Harvick thing. I still don't think it's the most dangerous thing he's ever experienced, but it was definitely scary, and I could see where he would think it's the most dangerous thing he's ever experienced. Because, I mean, you just couldn't
he
see.
got packed, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. So let's take a look at what you guys had to say about the race. 3 of you said great, 3 of you said good, 2 of you said meh/okay, and 1 of you said bad. Henry 24257 says lots of action and rain spice things up. _Carlos _ says good racing, scary wrecks, nobody could see from temp on back. Here's what you guys had to say about the rain. I am Matt G. Pastor says they waited till Elliott got the lead to call it. NASCAR sucks off Elliott too much. Like I said, I understand where you're coming from, but they should have stopped it earlier in the race. So I understand both points of view there.
Well, like I said, I'm not gonna get more into it, but like, come on, be honest. Even like Chase Elliott fans, they will never agree with most things. But
no, they're saying that they did the right thing calling the race.
I would Chase Elliott had right here. But
I don't think they should have called it by then because there's only 14 to go. You've already ran this much. What is the point of stopping the race now? And the fact that Chase Elliott was in the lead was just like, it was just sketchy. I mean, okay, maybe it wasn't.
That's halfway.
But it was definitely sketchy. Like, I think anybody could agree with that.
One more time. I know I keep repeating myself here, but they just should have postponed the race till Monday. Henry 24557 says, I think they did good. A bit ridiculous calling it with 14 to go. Diecast Racing Enterprises says fumbled it. And Tomboy Racing says, NASCAR is going through growing pains right now, and this stuff is inevitable. Learn from it and move on. Look at my boy Tom, man. So inspirational. Look at my boy Tom. He just speaks facts all the time. Shout out to my man Tom. And the driver of the day is Ross Chastain. There's 2 votes for him. I think I would have to agree with that. He ran really well. Another guy I would agree with is Austin Cindric. He really impressed me as well. And Ross Chastain has been impressing me recently. He's had some pretty good runs, so finally turning it around in Cup.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you on that. Like, I mean, Chastain, it's really cool to see him running well. I want to see him get a win. He's one of my, if I'm correct, like, he's probably my second favorite driver behind Almirola. And, I've mentioned it before, he's a really cool person to meet, as well. And, I feel like he's doing a little bit better consistency wise. And, I was surprised he ran that good on a road course because, some of the road course races he's run over his career, he hasn't really done that well in, except for the Xfinity Series at the Roval last year. If I'm correct, he was in the top 5. But, he had a great run. Cindric ran good too. I feel like the experience that he got from the Xfinity race definitely helped him out in the Cup race. And we saw that translate over. And he had a really solid race in the Cup one.
Well,
I thought
that he was used to the rain.
Good chance to win too, because if I'm correct, Logano won stage 1. And Logano did pretty good in the Cup race. But where did he finish?
Like 3rd, I think.
Yeah, so he had a good race.
So yeah, Austin Cindric definitely impressed me there. He's going to do really well in his Cup career, I think. Chastain, I'm glad to see it. I'm kind of a fan of his. He's definitely in my top 10. So we'll be right back here with the new topic, and we'll see you guys then. All right, guys, we're back. Time for a new topic here. We're going to report on some very shocking news here. Eddie DeHaan, Chase Elliott's spotter, was just arrested for assaulting a pregnant lady. And there was more news that he was convicted of assaulting a jet ski rental worker.
What?
Yeah, he assaulted a jet ski worker. Look at the news I sent in the chat.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I didn't. Is
Yeah,
this guy Bryce Hall of NASCAR? What is going on here?
and
I would
here's
have
the
never
worst part.
expected.
Hold on, here's the worst part. He was arrested on May 12th, but still spotted 2 races, Dover and Coda. So what's you guys' thoughts on it?
This guy needs to be fired. Period.
Suspended indefinitely.
Like, bro, like he assaulted a pregnant woman too. Like, that's mad. Is it someone he's in a relationship with, or is it just some random woman? And I mean, that doesn't matter, but at the same time, like, that's pretty bad. And then, assaulting a jet ski worker. Like, this guy, I mean, just look at his mugshot, I could see he probably has had some anger issues. This is sad, bro. And I mean, this should have done something about it before now. And it's just, now it's not a good look. And I'm sure a lot of people are upset at Hendrick Motorsports team because they didn't fire him earlier.
Yeah, I agree with you, Christian. He definitely should have they should just fire him. He should, he should probably get like a sentence.
My thing, honestly, is I'm not going to judge until I hear the full story. Being honest. Because I haven't even heard the case yet. I haven't seen a trial. I know maybe that pregnant lady was hitting him. I'm just, you never know. So I'm not going to judge about it. Once I figure out what went down and I figure out the full story, then I'll judge and then I'll say my opinions on it. So, yeah.
It's just not looking good for him, that's all. I mean, I get your point, Cam, because, that's the way it should be. You should know all sides of the story before you start judging somebody or assuming, So I honestly, just for now, he probably should be fired until they figure all this out. But it's pretty sad to see this.
Well, yeah, I heard he's suspended indefinitely. So right now, I think he is out there. So that's positive news for now.
I mean, I'm glad that they did something, but they need to fire him, honestly, not suspend him indefinitely, because if he did do it, let's just say that means he could still come back into NASCAR. So
then again, though, once the case is trialed, I'm hoping that HMS and NASCAR as a whole, if he was in the wrong, will fire this dude. But like I said, I'm not going to judge or say that he needs to be fired or he deserves jail time because I don't know the full story and I wasn't there to see it. So
yeah, and I agree.
I got to wait for the witnesses and see what the trial happens and all that. So
I agree with you. It's called innocent before proven guilty. So
yeah.
Josiah, do you have any thoughts on it, or did you go?
I don't know. I might have just been saying little remarks here and there, but yeah, this definitely is. It was a little. I agree with Cam. I think before I see a trial or anything, I'm just gonna sit back here and
yeah.
I think if he does get proven guilty, I think he should definitely get fired and probably go to jail.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all of you. I definitely agree with Cam with being innocent before proven guilty because there's just a lot of screw ups that happen, and I think that we should hear his side before we do it. But he could even be lying, so who even knows what's going on? We don't know him. But yeah,
I won't judge until trial because those juries will have their official, whatever they're going to put for it. So until then, like I said, I'm just not going to get upset about it.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
If he's innocent, I think that NASCAR deserves to give him an apology. I believe in that. I think that the people that are judging him now and not really thinking about the whole fact that just maybe that he was defending himself. So I definitely think that those people should probably give him an apology if that does happen.
Well, I will say if it is true that he did assault a pregnant lady, I mean, that's disgraceful. I mean, you don't assault a pregnant lady. Like, come on, man. Like, really? You know better than that. You look like a 50-year-old drunken dad. You should know better than that. And the jet ski thing, here's some more details with that. An employee alleged that he made full body contact and yelled in his face, pushing him back multiple times with his body and hit my arm away and swung his fist at me. A criminal summons for assault on a female was issued last September for Dohant, and then warrant for arrest for battery on an unborn child 2 weeks ago, both misdemeanors. The assault case has been postponed several times, and this is all coming from our Bob Pockris. The argument resulted because DeHaan wanted, according to the employee victim, a refund or more time on the rented jet ski because they initially did not have the required clothing and were therefore late after getting the required clothing. Okay, if this jet ski story is true, Eddie, you have some major anger issues, my dude. Come on,
He's
now.
a school threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, I don't know if that is real. It's a jerk move, man. That's a jerk move.
Yeah. And then here's another.
He's like a Karen, but what do they call the guys that are Karens? But
male Karens or Kens?
Not Karens. We call them Bobs or what?
Kens, I think.
I call them Evans. It just seems like Evans are the type of people to do that.
I don't know. Comment down below what you think we should call the male version of Karen. I know that has nothing to do with NASCAR, but why not?
Maybe we should call them Mikes.
Hey, no, we should call them Cams. Hey, wait. We should call them all Cams with the amount of times you roast paint schemes.
They're bad. Listen.
He has a point. They are bad paint schemes.
Awful. All right. With some of the ones I've seen, they look like they could have come out of a junkyard. So, just saying. I'm just there.
Cam. Okay, Cam. So here's Eddie DeHaan's lawyer's statement from Bob Pockris once again. Mr. DeHaan is innocent to these charges and looks forward to his day in court. Based on our information and belief, the alleged victim swore these charges out before a magistrate with no collaboration from anyone, more from DeHaan's attorney. These unfounded charges have negatively affected Mr. DeHaan's career and damaged his reputation, and he is currently exploring all legal remedies, both criminal and civil. So
I honestly am kind of upset that Chase Elliott hasn't talked about this, really. That kind of bothers me too.
Well, Elliott, I don't know if Elliott would really know a whole lot about it. I mean, he is a spotter, so of course he communicates with them, but I don't know regarding drivers and spotters off the track. So I don't know how that works.
I just think that he should I just feel like he should speak out on the subject because, it's kind of like a professional thing to do. I mean, and I'm not accusing him of anything either. I don't think that. I just think that he should probably talk about it a little bit because really, I mean, it's kind of crazy that they allowed him to kind of go on for races. And I wonder if Chase Elliott knew or not. Because if so, that's not a good look either. If he is in the wrong, that's even a worse look.
I mean, the team didn't even know until the day we're recording this, which is May 26th. So I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a weird situation. Apparently, I don't know. It just got released to the public this morning, so.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a little weird to me.
It is a little weird because
then they got that sketchy crap going on with races lately. Good old Chase Elliott. It had to be in front, and they just got to cut it. I don't know.
He got bailed out, so I don't know. So now we're gonna do a new topic on our show. So a few weeks ago, we had the NFL draft, and I've seen this on several NASCAR news pages. So I thought, hey, why not Nasboys give it a try? NASCAR style draft. So the drafting order for our episode is going to be Cam, Josiah, Christian, and myself. And the rules for the draft are we're going to do 3 rounds. First round is all Cup drivers. Second round is all Xfinity drivers. And third round is all truck drivers. And you're allowed to only pick one from each series. And you're going to build the best possible team that you can. So are you ready, gentlemen?
Yes, sir. Let's get this.
All right, here we go. With the first pick, who is Cam going to pick?
So now, boys, come on. You just set yourself up for failure here. You already know who I'm going with. Good old Joey Logano. Love my man. He's doing great. So.
Okay. So that's a good pick. Obviously, that's a good pick. I'm biased. And plus, he's doing really well this season. Could even be a championship favorite.
Yeah, I'm glad to say that. I'm biased. on this.
All right, Josiah, your pick.
Okay, so my first pick is going to be Kyle Larson. I think he's a really talented driver. Of course, right now he doesn't bring that much a lot of sponsorship in, but yeah, I think he's definitely a really talented driver. He's definitely going to be really good someday. So that's my pick.
Those are really solid picks, but for the third overall pick in the Nasboys draft, I am going to go with Brad Keselowski, veteran driver, someone that, you know, he's won one championship. I feel like he could have had the chance to win maybe two before, but, you know, I still feel like he has some years left. There's rumors of him going to Roush, but I'm going to go with Brad.
With the fourth pick in the first annual Nasboys draft, I will select Kevin Harvick. He's always a contender every year. He's a veteran. I respect the hell out of him, and I just think that he's just such a great driver.
So, you know, coming in as the first pick for the Xfinity draft, you know, the Cams, we have selected Justin Allgaier.
Okay, that's a great pick.
I'd add it, you know.
Definitely is a good pick. Okay, but yeah, my pick for the Xfinity series is going to be Austin Cindric. I think he's dominating in the Xfinity series right now. I think he definitely has a lot of potential.
Well, Josiah, you stole my pick. I'm just kidding. But anyways, the third overall pick of round 2, and if I'm correct, the 6th overall pick in the Nasboys draft, Seawell Productions team is going to draft, drumroll, Harrison Burton. So, you know, Harrison Burton, I feel like he could win a championship in the future. He's a guy that won a good bit of races last year as well. And I mean, this year, if I'm correct, he's only won once, but I feel like he's going to get more wins this year. And I feel like he would work pretty well with Brad Keselowski. So Harrison Burton's my pick.
And Christian, I think you had the 7th pick, if I'm correct. So.
Oh, 7. Yeah, I couldn't do math there.
So with the 8th overall pick, Team Mike is going to take Ty Gibbs because he's a future star in the Xfinity Series. He already has a win at the Daytona Road Course and has not slowed down from there. Imagine putting him in a full-time car. He could definitely be a champion one day and a future superstar in the Cup Series. So I'm definitely going to go with Ty Gibbs.
Coming in at the first, you know, annual Truck Series draft, the Cams have officially selected Tyler Akram.
Huh. It's interesting.
That is an interesting pick right there.
No, here's the thing though, right? Let me explain this real quickly. He is someone that I think my team could work with. I think that he could be a dark horse and we could build him up. So, you know, we're gonna put him in a nice ride and we'll get him going. All right. You'll be laughing when I'm in the playoffs. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Mic drop.
Fact.
Okay, yeah, my pick for the Truck Series is going to be, I haven't really thought about this actually. I'll go with Matt Crafton. I think he's very consistent and obviously he's still doing good right now. So Matt Crafton is my pick.
And with the 3rd overall pick in the 3rd round, and overall, I'm not going to do the math, but anyway, Seawell Productions selects Ben Rhodes. You know, he's had a great year this year. I was tempted to go for like Stuart Friesen or John Hunter Nemechek, but I'm going to go with Ben Rhodes. I feel like he could definitely be in the Xfinity Series more in the future. You know, we'll see where he goes. I mean, he's still young. He's got a lot of talent. I feel like, you know, working with veteran Brad Keselowski, you know, and having a great teammate with Harrison Burton will definitely help him. So he's my pick.
With the final overall pick in the draft, I'm sorry, Josiah, you can go ahead.
And I was just saying, I'm surprised Christian didn't pick Haley Deegan or Natalie Decker.
Oh, come on, bro.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Just
I
saying,
mean,
got
hey,
you.
Haley D will bring a lot of sponsorships to my team, and more media attention and all that, more
A lot of
merchandise.
Sims too.
I'm not picking Deegan.
Haley Deegan, actually.
Hey, I got a great scheme. Real quick, hold on. I just gotta say, I have a great scheme for Haley Deegan. She should take the comments from her Instagram and put them on the car.
Fun fact. She actually ran in the Freedom 500, and someone joked about her being a grocery getter.
I don't know why that happened.
Yesterday.
Hey, can we get a round of applause for Haley Deegan? That's some freaking driving right there. I'll let her get my groceries anytime.
And then something was said about Haley Deegan, and I instantly reached out to her and just said, hey, sorry, hope you're not upset. And freaking, she's so cool, man. Like, she said, I don't care at all. And here's the text. We need more people like Haley Deegan in this world.
HD right there.
Hey, please tell her to get out with like a bag of groceries and go.
We have one.
You have one? Yeah. Hey, just so everybody knows out there, Spencer actually gets his girlfriend's groceries.
Dad, come over here. I made a car specifically designed for you.
So you made a special car?
It's just for you.
Just given the last 24 hours.
Yes.
Oh my stop. Is this the Haley Deegan grocery getter?
#1 grocery getter.
Oh my god.
Everything.
You are legendary. This is awesome.
Right here.
You got the grocery list.
Oh, I got the list.
Oh my god. This is amazing. You know how happy this is gonna make people?
See, exactly. I got a
You're
story
the best
for
for it. This is so cool.
ready to
Bread,
go.
bacon, tires, eggs, milk, cookies, monster. This is awesome.
Give you something to talk about.
The championship favorite in my eyes. He's been really good, very consistent in the top 5 every race. I need that. Plus, he's got Kevin Harvick to help him and Gibbs out. John Hunter Nemechek's my man there.
I feel like we all have really good, solid picks.
Yes, comment down below who had the best team. So,
It's crazy. I'm surprised no one picked Chase Elliott or Kyle Busch.
Or Denny Hamlin.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, sorry we didn't get to this in the video, but here it is now. Christian was very busy, but luckily he found the time to do it. This is top 10 Coca-Cola 600 moments. Coming in at number 10 is Tony Stewart becoming the first driver to complete all 1,100 miles of the Coke 600 and the Indy 500.
Man, and run 2 races. I'm fit enough to do it. I proved that. And I'm sharp enough to do it mind-wise. So, I felt like that we did everything the right way. We learned so much from what we did in '99, and we did a lot of things right then, but there were some things that we did do wrong. And we took the things that we did right and tried to make them even better, and took the things that we did wrong and tried to make them right. And we had enough resources and enough people to make sure that it was all done the right way this time. A lot of people doubted that I could do it and thought I was putting people in danger, but at the end of the race, I was just as sharp as I was at the beginning of it, and only the doctors and I know whether I'm sharp enough to do that.
Y'all waiting on me to collapse, ain't gonna happen.
To be able to go to Indy and to be competitive and lead laps again up there, and with the exception of the driver making a couple bad calls, we had a shot at winning that race, and that's what we went there for. We wanted to win, but to finish on the lead lap and finish 6th was better than we finished 2 years ago when we finished 9th. To come down to Charlotte and start last and make the mistake I made in the opening laps and spin and go back to the back and have the guys have to fix the front of the car. I mean, everybody worked really hard during that race, and to fight our way back to the front and be a contender at the end and to finish 3rd, I mean, we were really happy with that. So. To complete all 1,100 miles, that was really, that's what really made me happy.
He finished 6th in the Indy 500 and 3rd in the Coke 600, with Jeff Burton getting the win. In at number 9 is Benny Parsons and Darrell Waltrip battling for the win.
Both trying to work out who's going to be where and exactly when on the last lap. A lot of it depends on the lap traffic, which they obviously can't forecast.
Parsons again to the inside, almost on the lawn. And again, Waltrip is able to hold him off.
And they're coming up to some lap traffic.
Last 2 laps. They take a look at that lap traffic for sure. It's like a chess game. You have to know where those lap cars are to make your move.
Benny Parsons down the inside.
And almost had a shoulder Waltrip out of the way.
Darrell Waltrip tried to keep Benny out, but it wasn't going to be, and they're coming up on those lap cars now as they come out of turn 4.
It could get very physical here at the finish. Parsons in front, Waltrip in second as they drive it out. White flag is out.
To go.
This is it. The crowd screaming. It is Benny Parsons in front. Darrell Waltrip trying to come for his 3rd win of this race. He's behind as they go to turn 2. Back straight away. Parsons holding Waltrip off. Here they go for turn 3. The last lap. $377,000.
Darrell tries to go low.
Waltrip is finding the inside. He pulls up. He's inching along. They're into lap cars. Waltrip goes back to the outside. Parsons is blocking him. At the line. Benny Parsons does it. Benny Parsons has upset the odds makers today. They said he couldn't do it. Parsons has pulled it off. Waltrip settling for second. Listen to this crowd. All day they've waited through the rainstorms. One of the slowest 600s, but one of the most dramatic.
Both of them had finished on the lead lap, and they were the only 2 cars to. The race was 7 hours long. Benny and Darrell had swapped the lead multiple times in the final laps, with Benny eventually passing him with 2 laps to go to get the win, denying Darrell of his 3rd straight Coke 600 win. In at number 8 is Casey Mears getting his first career win.
Stewart drives his motor coach.
I'd be wearing that race. I'd want him to tell me where everybody is and what I got to do.
His mom, Carol, runs his fan club and handles some of his business interests. It's a true racing family.
White flag in
the Mears gang, Bakersfield, California.
He's going to do it.
Roger, Rick, now Casey. All he needs is a gallon of gas.
He doesn't even need that. He just needs fumes. That's all he needs.
Yaley second. Kyle Petty third. Reed Sorensen, Brian Vickers.
No pressure, and he has got it made. He can coast. He can coast from there.
For the National Guard, Casey Mears is going to win his first Nextel Cup race, the Coke 600.
Good for him. All right.
Becomes the 4th Hendrick car driver to win this year.
Come on, Kyle Petty. Kyle Petty gets a 3rd.
And J.J. Yaley finishes second, by far his best ever Nextel Cup outing.
What a finish. Way to go, guys. That was exciting.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Thank you, National Guard. I'm out.
He's out of gas. That's okay.
Yeah. Unbelievable job, guys. Unbelievable job. Man, thank you guys for my first win, man. Thank you.
2 big wrecks had happened earlier in the race, with the most memorable being Jeff Gordon getting airborne.
Oh, trouble again, guys. Got into 24. Yo! Man, Jeff Gordon took a lick.
Yes, he
Jeff
did.
Burton took a lick.
And they're still wrecking Allmendinger, Robbie Gordon.
Boy, I don't feel good about Jeff Gordon at all. That was a hard nose-in lick right there.
Watch the 24 of Gordon, who came in here with the biggest point lead after 11 races anybody's ever had.
Raines just gets loose off 4, and he gets into Jeff, and Jeff about has it saved till he gets out in the grass, and man, he takes a lick, and then watch Allmendinger lift him right off the ground.
I mean, there was nowhere for A.J. Allmendinger at 84 to go.
No, that was...
You know, Jeff Burton in the 31 got very little of that. A little bit of contact on the nose, but...
I think he got a lot of left side damage.
Okay.
At the end, it came down to fuel mileage, as contenders such as Tony Stewart, Dale Jr. had to pit. In the final laps, Casey Mears was driving the 25 for Hendrick, and they captured their first and only Cup win together. J.J. Yaley got a career best second, and Kyle Petty got a third place finish, which was the last top 5 of his career. In at number 7 is Matt Kenseth becoming the only rookie to win the Coke 600.
Takes the white flag, the final lap of the Coca-Cola 600 in search of his first Winston Cup win.
Smooth right down to the bottom of the racetrack, exactly where he ran the lap before. Bobby Labonte is making a run at him though on this last lap. All Matt has to do now though is not make a mistake.
Final set of corners. Here he comes. Winston Cup win, number 1 in the Coca-Cola 600 for Wisconsin's Matt Kenseth.
And what a race to have your first win at.
We talked about on the final pit stops, track position being so important. Matt Kenseth's team got him track position. Got him up there, just behind Bobby Labonte. They both quickly passed Jeff Gordon, who got 2 tires. Then Kenseth dispensed with Labonte, led the rest of the way to score the victory, his first in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. How about this? 2 straight wins by rookie drivers the Winston Cup season. Dale Earnhardt Jr. a couple of weeks ago at Richmond, Matt Kenseth tonight.
And that says something about the future of this series. They've got some incredibly talented young men.
Well, that just proves one thing. The future in NASCAR is bright. This is the future. These guys. Look at this spin around here. Whoa! Nice. I see right through the lettering. Now, that's the best burnout I've ever watched. He didn't use the pavement. He's out in Humpy's grass out there going round and round.
That grass is wet from the rain we had earlier tonight. If he gets stuck, he's sure going to be embarrassed.
He's still spinning him around.
You think it doesn't feel good to win a Winston Cup race?
Oh, boy.
Hey, that first one is something special. Take my word for it.
In his 18th race, Matt Kenseth goes to victory lane. He led the last 26 laps. Kenseth from Wisconsin also offering the salute to one of his home state heroes, the late Alan Kulwicki, with the old Polish victory lap, the reverse circle around the speedway, and this crowd of 175,000 giving him a salute as well, and well-deserved.
12th race of that season. Another rookie, Dale Jr., led a race high of 175 laps and finished 4th. His father, driving a very colorful paint scheme, got 3rd. Matt Kenseth had held off his teammate, Bobby Labonte, to capture his first career win. In at number 6 is Dale Sr. rebounding from 2 penalties and still winning the race. So it was the first time that the 600 had run under the lights. Ken Schrader was on the pole and finished 4th. Jeff Gordon finished 2nd. Dale had 2 penalties, like I just mentioned, one for intentionally wrecking a car and the other for loose lug nuts. And then he came back from 2 laps down to win. Now, if that doesn't speak GOAT behavior, I don't know what will. In at number 5 is Jimmy Johnson's 3 straight Coke 600 victories. The first one he dominated in 2003, which was unfortunately rain-shortened, and in 2004 and 2005. The race saw a record 22 cautions, in that which he edged Bobby Labonte, which is also on the list coming up soon. In at number 4 is David Pearson blowing a tire, but holds to get his first career win with 3 wheels. Now, the race began a streak of 1,856 career races where at least one driver was from North Carolina. Richard Petty was on the pole, blew his engine, and finished 30th. There were 7 cautions, worst being when Red Cagle lost a leg when his car went through a guardrail. In the closing laps, David Pearson blew out a tire and limped across the track, holding off Fireball Roberts for his first career win. I see someone similar to Lightning McQueen there. In at number 3, like I just mentioned, Jimmy Johnson edging out Bobby Labonte.
He's going to have to run 3 more just like it.
No, he's going to have to pick up about 2/10.
Biffle moves up to 6th past Martin Truex. But it's all for the win right here.
Boy, Jimmy Johnson just drives it down there to 3 and 4. Pressure tires to the high side. They'll almost be side by side off turn 4.
Cross under move by Johnson. No room. Labonte blocks him.
2 to go.
man. 2 to go. Be smart.
Be smart. Take your time. You got plenty of time, I think. Easy for me to say.
Boy, Labonte is good at the south end of the speedway.
Boy, that was impressive right there to hold Jimmy off.
They stayed pretty even. Right here's where he got the run the last time. They'll be coming to the white flag this time.
He's going to hold him off, Larry. I think he can do it.
But Johnson is good off turn 4, and if he can get alongside, and Labonte right to the grass to hold him off. Last time.
He can't do it. I don't believe he can do it unless Bobby messes up.
There he goes to the bottom, Darrell. They're going to be side by side off turn 2. Bobby's on the half side.
You can't pass over there. There's no way.
What's that?
One last charge right here, man.
It's all over, boys.
Was that the last best move made
outside.
Too soon?
Here he comes, outside.
Just like in Atlanta last March. He's not going to be able to do it, I don't think. They're side by side.
Yes, he is. Here he comes. Jimmy Johnson.
Got it. 48 car.
He did it. 3 in a row, Jimmy Johnson.
By 2/100ths of a second.
I thought when he got beat off of turn 2, it was all over, but he drove it in on the outside and won it.
Boy, was that worth staying up late for, or what?
There were 22 cautions in the race, like I had mentioned earlier. He caught Bobby Labonte and beat him at the line by 0.27 seconds or 0.27 seconds to get his 3rd straight 600 win. In at number 2 was Dale Jr. running out of gas in the final turn.
If you don't get to the white flag, we'll try it again.
Number of things you got to watch out for here. Now, you've been riding on the apron. You picked up you got hot tires, pick up a lot of debris on the tires. Plus, if one of these guys up front here runs out of fuel, look out, field.
Here we go. Casey Kane, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, Harvick, Burton, Busch, Edwards, Stewart, Reagan. Green flag. 2 to go.
Boy, Dale Earnhardt Jr. got a great restart.
He's out of gas, and there they go.
And Burton goes around. A lot of smoke.
They had a little bit of a wreck back there. No caution.
Keselowski got bounced around, but we are still green. Let's see.
Cars all over the place down here in turns 1 and 2. Not real sure how this is going to work out.
Still no caution, though. We'll be coming to the white flag, Mike.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. out front.
Can he make it?
White flag. Next flag ends the race. Hamlin trying to close.
Track's clear. We're good to go.
7 back. 7 back.
Harvick 3rd. Reagan 4th. Logano 5th. What a topsy-turvy finish to the Coca-Cola 600.
And Dale Jr. is scooting away. Uh-oh, he's slowing, isn't he?
150,000 people on their feet.
Jr. is slowing. He's out of fuel. He's out of gas.
And as at Indy, the leader at turn 4 does not get to the flag. Harvick, the closer, wins it.
Once again, where did he come from?
Golly gee. Have you ever?
No, I have. Once again, never. Are you kidding me?
That just beats all.
Achilles heel. Hell yeah.
Oh, man. How about old Harv?
To sort this out, why don't we start with a replay?
Now, Christian wanted me to point out that this was the first race that he attended. Multiple drivers stayed out, saving fuel on the final restarts. There was a crash in turn 1 with 2 laps to go, but NASCAR didn't throw the caution. Junior was trying to get his first win since 2008, but ran out of fuel, giving Kevin Harvick the win. And in at number 1 is Jeff Gordon's first career win.
Talk about the greats. Fireball Roberts won his first race when he was 21. It was 30 years ago that Fireball lost his life in this race this weekend. Bobby Hillin was 22.
Man, I had to be in there somewhere when I won my first one.
They don't remember back that far.
Okay.
White flag. 1 to go. Coming around the Daytona 500 winner, Sterling Marlin. Looking up, Jimmy Spencer just in front of him. Boy, this is a moment. He's diving along. Set on the pole at 181.439. He will become only the 5th driver in 35 years to win the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte, North Carolina from the pole. Checkers are out, and they are down, and it is Jeff Gordon victorious this evening on this Memorial Weekend at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Now I called another one.
You're in good company.
No, they did the right thing. I wouldn't have took a chance on it, but they did.
Earnhardt up to congratulate him.
He's shaking his fist at him. No, not really.
He'll reach you hard, but he'll tell you you did a good job, and Gordon did it splendidly.
I think everybody knew that he was going to win, just didn't know when.
Well, it's happened here. In this major race of the season, the Coca-Cola 600 belongs to Pittsboro, Indiana's Jeff Gordon with a sensational run in the 35th annual Coca-Cola 600.
Jeff was on pole. Rusty Wallace led the race high of 187 laps, but came up short. 12% of the race was run under yellow. There was a big wreck early in the race after Dale Sr. got into Mark Martin. Jeff Gordon won by 3 seconds, getting his first career win. So that will conclude the top 10 for this week. Now back to the video. I almost was going to pick Denny Hamlin, and then I was like, nah, I'll stick with Harvick.
Yeah, well, I've had this prediction for a while that I think Tyler Abram can make something happen, And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to catch these dudes off guard. I'm going to get a guy who I know we can work on and make him great, all right? So.
All right, so now let's review some paint schemes really quickly here, and then we'll get into our race picks right after. We're going to start out with Bubba Wallace's Raw Creek. This is not the best Bubba Wallace scheme. It's very plain, but I don't mind the colors. I'm going to give it a 5.
I've seen this, and if I'm correct, he ran this at Circuit of the Americas. Yeah, he did. It's not a bad scheme. I mean, it's pretty cool, like with the little bit of light blue colors, Tar Heels colors. But it's okay. It's not a great scheme. I feel like it'd be better if he ran it at night, like for a night race at Richmond or something like that. But I have to give that one like a 7.5 out of 10.
I love the scheme. Just the way it looks, I like it overall. And I'm probably gonna go with Savage too. I'm gonna give it like a 7 out of 10. I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely agree with the 7 out of 10. I think this is a really nice looking scheme. It's simple, but it looks really nice. So I agree with the 7 out of 10.
Also from Bubba is his DoorDash Patriotic scheme. This is a really nice scheme. It pays tribute to military members, and if you can see on the left side there, they have a picture of military members, and with the American flag there a little bit. I don't mind this black and white look. It looks very interesting. I'm going to give this one an 8.
I hate to go political here, but I know there's some people thinking about this. Some people probably think that the black and white was, for a certain reason political. I know some people probably thought that there would be a fist, Black Lives Matter fist on it. But I don't think it would allow that. I don't know. But anyways, beside that, the scheme's pretty cool. I didn't expect him to drive this certain color DoorDash, because DoorDash is red and white. That's their company color. So it kind of took me by a little bit of a surprise that he wouldn't run something red or blue and white. But it's not a bad scheme either. I have to give it like a 7 or a 6.5 out of 10. I don't dislike it, but I don't like it a whole lot.
Looking at the car, it's okay. It just, I don't know why, but like you really have to have a good scheme to rock a black and white, and I feel like this did not deliver whatsoever. I give it like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think this definitely is an interesting one. I think It is kind of cool, but I'm kind of not really feeling this one, especially you got the McDonald's red down there, kind of just like the little square McDonald's logo, because of course McDonald's has to have like red on behind their logo, but this definitely is an interesting scheme. I think it's okay. I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
And next up, we have Cole Custer's Together We're Feeding America Wow Wow Classic Waffles. This is an interesting scheme, I guess. For a patriotic race, I'm a little disappointed that there's not any red, white, and blue on it, and it's just this, like, their colors, the sponsor's colors, and I've never even heard of this waffle company. And it's kind of boring. I'm going to go ahead and give it like a 4.
You know, when I saw this first thing, it reminded me of the tornadoes, sort of like the tornadoes. I don't know, was it like pizza?
Oh, yeah.
Or like it kind of reminded
me
me
like the design.
Yeah, that Ryan Newman used.
I can see that.
So that's what I first thought when I saw this. I feel like it's something that someone would drive if it was a fall Charlotte race, or like, you know, a Mellow Yellow 400 or a Bank of America 500. I did not expect them to run this for a Coca-Cola 600, you know, but besides that, the paint scheme, to me, I think it looks really cool. I have to give it like an 8.5 out of 10. I just like the colors and the stripes going down the sides the way it is, so that's my rating.
You know, people might hate me for this, but I don't like it. It just looks ugly. It looks like a piece of bacon was put on his car. They stretched it out. It's not the worst though, but I just think that it's ugly. So I'm gonna give it like a 4 out of 10. I don't like this. I'm sorry, but no.
I think I kind of agree with you there, Cam. I'm just not really feeling this game. It's just like the stripe, like the stripes going through, I think those look nice, but just not with how this overall scheme looks, because you got the black and like the silver, and then you just got yellow and red stripes here. So I'll give this one a 5 out of 10.
And then next up is Kyle Larson's Metro Tech Automotive. This scheme had potential to be like really, really good, but the white, I mean, I both like and dislike the white. I feel like there's too much white. They should put more blue on the sides, similar to how Casey Kane's Time Warner car should be.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm going to give this car like a 6.
You know, when I saw this, it reminded me of the Aspen Dental car that Danica Patrick drove in the 10. It also, I don't know why, but it makes me think of toothpaste. Like, it's just like a plain car. But you know, it's the different blue changes that make it stick out. The number on the side's kind of gray though, so I don't really like that whole lot. But you know, I think it's okay. I'll probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10.
For me, I like it. I like it a lot, actually. I think the different types of blues that come in together, I like it. I give it like 8 out of 10. I like the color blue.
Yeah, I do like the scheme. This is a pretty nice scheme. I'll give this one a 7 out of 10.
And then next up is Dawson Cram's Camping World Patriotic Scheme. This is really nice and really simple. It's just the American flag. On the left side, the stars are a little weird, but they did fix it on the right side. But I'll give this scheme a 9 because, you know, America.
I have to agree with you, man. I like it. I mean, it's really cool to have stars. You know, of course, one of my favorite things about the Coca-Cola 600 race weekend is the patriotic colors, the flashiness, the brightness. You know, the red, white, and blue. And you know, this was a really good paint scheme. I like this a lot. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10.
Looking at it, I actually do like this. It's simple, which I love. I love a good simple car, but that's not overly simple. It's just the right amount of simple. And for that, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I definitely agree. This is a really nice scheme. I just love the it's like simple, but it's like simple in a really good way. I just love the red, white, and blue colors. It just all looks so nice and did it so well. I'll give this one an 8 out of 10.
And then next up is Justin Haley's Walmart car. This is a very simple scheme, but I think it definitely fits Walmart. This is the first time that we've seen Walmart in a while, since about 2019, I believe.
Yeah.
So I'll give this car about a 6.
To me, it's an ad car. I mean, it's interesting that they put on the front of the hood, they put a website name, which is kind of weird to put a .com on the website.
It's
you know,
for
like
the
a .com.
vaccine.
Yeah, like it's kind of weird that they would put that on the hood, because you don't really see that happen in paint schemes and stuff. You usually see it towards the rear. But besides that, it's an okay car. It's the Walmart colors. I like how they include the yellow stripe down the side, but to me, it's not a great scheme. I'm probably gonna have to give it like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I do think the scheme is pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see Walmart on a car. I think I don't know, it's just pretty cool seeing Walmart there. But yeah, I agree with you. It is kind of weird seeing the website thing on the front, and then there's like a barcode on the side, which I'm not really a big fan of that. But yeah, this is also another like some others we've seen. This is another simple scheme, but I like it. I'll give it like a nice 7.
I think it's okay. It's all right. I don't know. I just don't like how you really can't see the blue. Kind of bothers me. Maybe it looks better in sunlight. So for that, I'll give it like a 5 out of 10. And if it looks better in sunlight, I guess 6 out of 10.
And then next up is Jeb Burton's Rocky Boot car. This is a nice scheme. It's got like the gray with a little bit of the red, but one thing that I do notice is that they got like this like guy on the side of the car. It kind of looks like a monkey. Like he's kind of built like King Kong, but also Rocky. Like it's like King Kong and Rocky had a child.
Oh my.
So, I mean, I'll give this one a 6 as well, honestly.
Yeah. For me though, I really love this scheme. I think it looks really cool to be on a track like Charlotte. I think it'll definitely stick out. I like red, and I like the way to use the gray. It's not too light, and it's the perfect amount of darkness. The gray is and everything, and I think it's really cool. I don't know what color the number is on the hood. It looks like it's yellow, but actually, I'm going to give this a pretty high rating. I'm actually giving this a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, that's actually what I was gonna give it. I was gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I really like the scheme too. It's just really nice. The gray and the red.
Yeah, no, I like it too. I think it's cool. Yeah, I like it though.
And then next up is Eric Jones, Petty's Garage Patriotic. This one reminds me of one of my favorite schemes of all time, the Eric Almirola Smithfield Fueled by Bacon car. With the sides, it does look like they just ripped it off straight up. But you know what? I'm not a fan of ripping cars off. I always criticize JTG for doing that. But I really like that they ripped off this car because I love Petty Blue. I'm going to give this car a 10.
I agree with your points, Mike, 100%. One comment in particular, I'm looking at the post. It says, Eric Jones fan 43 says, love it. Brings memories of Eric Smithfield ride. So it's basically what you said, I have to give this probably an 8 out of 10, to be honest with you.
JPet _ diecast 2 says Smithfield looking.
Looking, it doesn't look bad. I like it, actually. I like the Petty's Garage.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like that ad to it. I won't give it a 10 out of 10. I don't think it's that status. I give it probably like an 8 out of 10. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one is a pretty nice scheme. I like the dark blue and the blue together. Looks nice, and then you got the dark blue and the black with that look cool. Like, I don't really notice that nice pattern on the back of it, but yeah, this is a pretty nice one. I want to see, of course, the Petty Motorsports doing their orange 43 on the top. But yeah, I think I'll give this one a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah, the orange 43 definitely ruins it, but I still like the scheme regardless.
Yeah.
Next up is Ryan Newman's Kosher Generators Patriotic Scheme. This is an okay scheme. I don't really like the stars as much. I wish they were a little brighter, but the scheme is all right. I'll give it a 7.
And I mean, this one, it's interesting that for this color, they would use color generators as sponsor, but to me, I think it's pretty cool. It's kind of weird though with the stripes. Like, I don't know how many stripes there are. It looks like there's like 10 stripes on each side. But you know, it's cool with the black mainly going down. It's the black for some reason is like mostly in the back of the car, and then as it gets closer to the front, it gets more blue and red. But besides that, you know, it's pretty decent. I'll probably give it like a 7 though out of 10.
Looking at it, like, so I don't know if you've ever seen like one of those blankets. Like, I don't know, a lot of those like astrology girls have. They have on the wall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Dude, the side really does look like that to me. I like it though. It looks like a 6 out of 10 to me. I like it though.
Yeah, I think first of all, when I first saw this, I kind of thought about like if you like on the inside of like some technical machine where you see all the wires and stuff and you just like open that up. That's kind of what I first thought. But yeah, I think this is a decent scheme. I'll give it a number 6 out of 6 out of 10.
And finally, to close out the episode, our race picks. So starting out with the truck series, I'm not sure. It says Charlotte on the website for NASCAR, but I know that they were supposed to race at Canadian Tire. But I'll pick Sheldon Creed.
You know, one thing I was gonna add, well, never mind. I'll mention the news in the Cup series, but yeah, the trucks, they have them racing at Charlotte, so it's gonna be 3 races. The truck Xfinity Cup, and of course the Indy 500 Sunday as well. I'm looking forward mostly to the Coke 600 and Indy 500, to be honest with you, but man, it's gonna be hard for me to pick this one. For some reason, I want to say Austin Hill, but I don't know about that. I'm just gonna go with Todd. No, I'm not going with Todd. I'm looking through. To be honest with y'all, I'm looking at the entry list, and I have no idea who to pick for this race because most of these guys, like in the entry list, usually haven't really won much at Charlotte because Kyle Busch has won most of the truck races at Charlotte over the past couple of years. But I'm going to go with John Hunter Nemechek to win this race.
I'm going with Savage, man. Nemechek, man, all the way. I think this dude has a lot of talent, honestly, and I think that he's going to pull off the dub today.
Yeah, I think Haley Deegan's gonna win, but no, not actually. But
I was about to say, Josiah, hold on.
Yeah, but I didn't really know who I was gonna pick for this race, but I'll kind of bootleg off of you guys, and I think John Hunter Nemechek is a good pick.
So next off, for the Xfinity Series, again, this is another race where I don't really know who to pick because Kyle Busch dominates. I'm gonna go ahead and say Noah Gragson.
It's crazy. Chase Briscoe's actually on the entry list, so I'm tempted to pick Briscoe. He's driving the 99.
Yeah, I forgot he was.
I'm really tempted to pick him. I don't know, man. Like Tom Reddick's also on the entry list. It's crazy because this race is also at the same time I was planning to do my Superbird race at San Marino. So I hope that the audience will probably watch both. But anyways, besides that, I'm probably going to go with Daniel Hemrick to win this race. He's driving the 18 car. I feel like Hemrick's due a win. I feel like he's going to win.
I'm going to go Gregson. Hurts me to say, of course.
Pick Gregson. Every time we pick Gregson to win, he loses.
Yeah, I know. But I just feel like maybe today it's his run, hoping that he has his Gregson luck as usual. So we'll see what he can do. And maybe, just maybe, he can pull off with the dub. I'm hoping he does. Because, I don't want to look stupid today.
Yeah, did I actually hear someone say that Kyle Busch is gonna be running this race? Oh,
No.
okay.
He's not.
Yeah, I think I'll go with I guess I'll go with Harrison Burton to win this race. I don't know why, that's just my pick.
That's not a bad pick. One thing I kind of want to mention before we give our Cup race and 500 Indy 500 race picks, I wanted to point out that Christian McCaffrey is going to be the pace car driver for the Coca-Cola 600. I didn't know if y'all saw that.
Interesting. But yes, we will be giving Indy 500 picks. I know it's not NASCAR, but who wouldn't want to watch the Indy 500? It's a very prestigious race. I'm gonna go ahead. I have 2 picks. My main pick is Scott Dixon, but if he can't do it, Graham Ray Hall.
Yeah, and Dixon ran really good last year, and he wasn't able to get it done. But if I'm correct, Dixon has won the 500 before.
Yeah, if he wins this time, it will be his second.
So I feel like he has a good chance. Now, one person a lot of people don't really know a lot about, but I realized he's starting actually on row 1. His name is Rinus VK. Never really heard of him much, but he's one of the younger stars. Alexander Rossi starting 10th. He's done really good at Indianapolis in the past. I think Alexander Rossi's going to win this race.
I don't really watch Indy in general, so apologies for that. So I really don't know anything about it, but I'm just going to go with Mike since the guy's already won once, so Scott Dixon.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna also go with Scott Dixon to win. I think.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's on the pole. I believe it's his 4th pole or something for the Indy 500.
Like that. He's very dominant.
Yeah. So yeah, Scott Dixon's my pick.
Did you know that I just now realized this too. Rinus VK is the youngest driver in IndyCar history to start on the front row for the Indy 500. And if I'm correct, they're supposed to have more people. Last year they didn't have anybody in the stands and stuff. I don't know if they're doing full capacity, but I'm sure they're probably going to do like 50% capacity for this race.
They're doing like 30, maybe 50.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly how much, but yeah. For the Coke 600, I'm gonna go Chase Elliott. I think that he's finally gonna get redemption after last season. So yeah, I'll go with Chase Elliott.
Well, for me, I have a bad feeling Truex Jr. is gonna win because he's won it the Coca-Cola 600 before. But you know what? I'm going with Kevin Harvick to win this Coca-Cola 600. He's won here a couple of times. He's my pick.
For me, it's gonna sound a little biased, but I gotta go Joey. It's not even biased, dude. I just feel like today he's gonna get it. All right, I just feel like it. All right, don't hate me. Okay, Josiah.
Yeah, my pick. I'm gonna make this fast here, but my pick is Kyle Larson. I remember he won the All-Star race. He won the All-Star race at Charlotte a couple years ago, but yeah, Kyle Larson's my pick.
And with that will conclude this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Help us get to our first big milestone of 100 subscribers. All right, guys. Sorry about that. The outro cut out because Zoom decided to be stupid and cut out our video. But like I was saying, please help us get to our milestone of 100 subscribers. This will be our first big one in, not even a year of doing this podcast, and we really appreciate everybody who watches and everybody who made it to the end of the video, even though it's like really long. Shout out to you. You're the reason we want to continue to do this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.